Can I glow up like an influencer using statistics? Makeup edition part 2. Last part, I promise. So far we have a cloud based, somewhere in between dewy and matte, tends to look more like real skin. Eyebrows are fluffy, first 3/4 are stuck up, kind of like soap eyebrows, but then the rest are neat. Like the statistics say, our eyebrows are straight, which was a little surprising to me. That was the overwhelming majority eyebrow shapes of influencers. Our bronzer is concentrated on our forehead and the bottoms of our cheekbone, a little bit over the bridge of our nose, and blended out very well to look very sun-kissed. I was also surprised when it came to blush. While I was expecting lateral cheek blush placement to be the most popular, because it creates the illusion of a high cheekbone and potentially less buccal fat, that trend seems to be on its way out, replaced with a sunburnt blush placement, which is what the overwhelming majority of influencers had. Now it's time to look at the statistics on eyeliner. Unlike the early 2010s, only 8 out of 100 influencers had bold or cat eye eyeliner, or eyeliner that was black in any way. A surprising 25% had no eyeliner whatsoever, but 67% had a very small amount of brown eyeliner that looked something like this, a little bit on the inner corners. So I'm taking a dark brown shade and just touching the inner corner and pulling it up, and then barely blending that into the lash line. Then I'm taking the even lighter brown shade and doing just a little bit on the inner corners of my eyes. Now, mascara is where I found out that I am very behind on the trends. Very behind on the trends. Like a lot of my fellow millennials, I was born in '94, so I'm a fairly young millennial. In high school, I hit the peak of Tumblr clumpy spider mascara, as well as the big 2016 falsies. According to the statistics, either of those looks only composed 6% total of eyelashes. More people actually had no mascara whatsoever than either of those things. And to my horror, only 4% of people had bottom mascara. For the record, I'm a very firm believer of doing whatever the hell you want. Okay, this is just a fun statistical analysis to see what happens. Don't be mean to me, I will cry. In almost 90% of cases, influencers had natural, clean looking, only top mascara. So let's do it. In ultimate clean girl fashion, this look I would not classify as clean girl. There's one step classifies it as a very specific type of makeup trend, and it's not clean girl. There are definitely a lot of clean girl elements. I'm not doing as much as I usually would for my spider eyelashes, which breaks my heart just a little bit. Okay, I'm stopping myself before I go too far. Urge to keep going for no reason is very real. Does this look better without bottom mascara? I want to make them spidery so bad. I don't know why. Indeed, does this look better? Do I look less stuck in 2013 when I graduated? Let me know. Okay, now on to lips. Now, the first thing that I did with this whole experiment was getting lip filler. Almost 75% of influencers had traceable lip filler in one specific shape. It was a keyhole. Mine is a little small, but I still say it counts. When it comes to makeup, I was surprised to find that only 5% of people had bold lipstick. If you lived in the 2010s as a young adult, you know how prevalent bold, mattified lipstick was. That trend has completely died out. Let me be the first to let you know. Not that you have to abide by trends in any kind of capacity, but if you want to, letting you know. Bold lipstick in like any capacity seemed to be completely on its way out. It's already out. And replaced with overlined lips. 92% of influencers had overlined lips, and I don't think that's a shock to anybody. Only 8% didn't have overlined lips. That is paired with either no lipstick at all or a shade of lipstick that matches your natural lip color. And that was 95% of cases. You can tell by how dirty this is that it's the only lip liner I really use. Aside from a lighter one from Cheekbone Beauty and a darker one from Cheekbone Beauty, this is by far the best natural shade for me. It is the Kylie shade by Kylie. We're not overlining a ton. I feel like the trend of crazy overlining is very tied to the mattified lipstick to make it look even slightly believable. We're just going right above our lip line. Because the keyhole trend was so prevalent, I'm going to accentuate mine by drawing a line in the middle of my bottom lip as well as the top. And I will not be using lipstick, just going in with the Laneige sleeping mask. Okay, now on to the final and arguably maybe the most important step. It's one very statistically probable random trend over 50% of all influencers were doing. That is fake freckles. I knew this was a trend, but I had no idea just how many people on my Pinterest feed did this. It was kind of everywhere. I do love this trend, but I do think this is what distinguishes it from clean girl to strawberry girl. Cloud skin, the neat fluffy brows, the tiny brown eyeliner, the top mascara, the overlined lips with your natural color in the middle, and the sunburnt blush all, in my mind, classify all of the statistics to absolutely favor strawberry girl makeup. Let's put on some fake freckles. Now, while doing fake freckles, I do feel like placement is very important. Kind of distinguishes it from looking more natural to looking slightly less natural. Majority of cases, it was very concentrated on the top part of the bridge of the nose. To do that, I'm plopping on bigger dots to start out with, in kind of the shape of 3. Then from there, I'm going to tap it and stagger it out. And it's okay if the first layer looks a little messy and not very uniform. As you can see, it looks a little splotchy. That is what's going to make it look natural in the end. Then over that, I'm going to do slightly thinner groups of 3 that are smaller, but still keep them mostly concentrated in the front of my nose. So I'm just going to stagger those up. Here's where it'll start to look more natural. When you do very small freckle placements and are more intentional about where you put them. Once you are satisfied with the bridge of your nose, you're going to do more few and far placements on this part of your cheek. If you find that 1 or 2 are a little darker than you want to be, you don't have to erase that entire part of your face. You can just use a spoolie to fade it out a little bit. Here is our finished look. I definitely do feel more trendy. I do feel like my face more fits in with the Pinterest board doing my makeup this way. If you've been following me for a while, this should be fun. You know that originally this was kind of like an anti-aging channel to some capacity. You might have followed me for the blue zone aspect of that, which I am restarting today. More blue zone recipes coming at you. Here's why. This is me right before I started in October of this year. I recently did this makeup in a different photo shoot, taken with the same camera that was taken by this during the same time of day. So let's compare and contrast. Here's then, here's earlier this week with the same makeup technique. Even funner compare and contrast is 2018 Makayla on her phone with obviously the wrong kind of makeup and with the right kind of makeup. Did the right kind of makeup make a glow up? Let me know in the comments. Guys, happy Strawberry Girl Summer. Love ya. Bye.